Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to put a simple logo onto a clothing item. I can't give away all my secrets, so this is going to be very simple and non-complex at all. Not as glamorous as some of the things you may see on New Luxurious Sims 4.tumblr.com from myself or on my New Luxurious Sims 4 Facebook page, but it will do and it will help you to start off your creativity. So, to start off, you're going to need Sims 4 Studio, which can be found at sims4studio.com. I will link below the video. And you will also need paint.net. I will link that download below the video as well. And me personally, I like to use a body template just to really get a feel of where things are going, but some people may not need to use that, but I like it anyway. So I already have a body template already, so I'm just going to drag that to paint.net. I will link below where you can find this body template along with the children's body template, which they use, the boy and the girl, for the same one, since the little girls have no bodies apparently. And they also have the male templates. So what I'm going to do is just simple, go on to Google, my favorite place in the web, and you can just search images, anything you like. Personally, I'm just gonna go for logo, as simple as that. And these are some pretty crappy designs. You should have a Starbucks t-shirt or something. These are really crappy. Maybe I should have searched before I actually decided to do the video. Okay, well, this is pretty cool. So, I think I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so I'm gonna just make that go down a little bit. And then go to Sims 4 Studio. Make sure that your creator name, which is also your origin ID for Sims, is in the box below. Usually after the first time you install Sims 4 Studio, you will not have to put this in again unless it's an updated version. Then you may have to do it. Make sure that create case standalone is checked, and we're going to go into case. You got your gender, your age, and your part type. You're going to find the gender you want, whether female or male. Find whether you want adult or a child. And then you're going to find what part do you want. This is also workable for placing images in general within clothes. So even if you want to do a tattoo, this could work for you as well. Excuse me. As long as you get the right body part or item. And as you see, they already have tattoos, so this works. So I'm going to go for the clothing top. And what I am going to do is find a top. And please excuse my Sims 4 Studio. It goes a little slow when I'm first trying to scroll down, and then after it's completely scrolled down to the bottom, it zooms. But I did not load it ahead of time for this, so I think I want a tank top just right off the bat. I just think tank tops look so much better with logos on it. It's very obvious to see tank tops with logos, so well, I kind of think that's kind of cool, but I never realized how long it takes to get to the tank tops. Yeah. Next time I will surely load this ahead of time. Okay. And then it wants to go right past it. Okay, so I want to go with a white tank top. Doesn't really matter. And oops. Okay. I like to save it to my desktop when I'm working on something, but I have a lot of stuff that I am working on that's currently in my desktop. So what I will do is go to my I'll just save over this. Of course you can create a brand new save, and it doesn't matter what you name it, because you can always go, once you finish, you can always go back to your rename when you right click on the file and click rename to rename it something fancy if you want, but I just don't have to do that right now. So what I'm going to do is, now that I'm on Central Studio, I get a clear view of what my actual item looks like. I'm going to export that mesh, well, export that texture, excuse me. And I'm just going to type something simple, doesn't really matter, this doesn't have to be changed. And I'm going to drag it over to paint.net, and I'm going to add a layer instead of open, because I want it to go on top of my texture, on my template. If you watched the very first video that talks about how to change the recolors, then you will know about the template and what it's basically doing here. So the template, you can see that it's giving me an idea of where the shirt actually stops on the body and the design of it on the body and everything. So what I'm going to do is, these checks allows me to hide or show particular layers. Each item is called a layer. These are my layers. This is the first layer. This is the second layer. If you want to, you can change the name of it. I don't usually do this. I don't really care about this part. But let's just say this is the shirt, and we're going to say original shirt. Okay, so let's say I want to add my logo. What I would do is add another layer. This layer is empty because there's nothing in it, so it doesn't matter if I make it visible or not, you will not be able to see it. And I'm going to go back to my Google, and I'm going to right click and copy on my image. I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to go up to edit, and I'm going to paste into new image. Pasting it into new image brings up an entirely new page. This is exactly what I want. I like to go to effects, photo, and sharpen, just to make my image a lot stronger and clearer. You can see the difference here. You notice I like a sharp, clear image. What I'm going to do is this is my magic wand. With my magic wand, I click on the space that I do not want. I don't want this white space, so I clicked on it. Now what I can do is determine how much of the space is clicked by taking up or taking down my tolerance. As you see, the higher my tolerance is, it has no longer just has the it no longer just has the white space selected, but the entire image. I don't want that, because that would delete the entire image. So I click delete on the keyboard, the whole image is deleted. I don't want that, so we're going to go back, and I'm going to have to re-click where I want my space deleted, and I'm going to go down. Going down too much, once deleted, will still leave you with a terrible image. So I'm going to delete that, re-click in my space again, and I'm gonna take it up just to the perfect amount. It's still some space over here that I can tell is not selected, so I'm gonna bring it up just a little more, but not too much. So now it's a clear difference of what is highlighted and what's not. I'm gonna click delete on my keyboard, and the only image I have left is my logo. Now I'm gonna click the rectangle box, and I'm gonna outline this image as small as I can, as well as getting the entire thing. Then go up to edit and copy. I'm gonna go back to my shirt. At this point in time, everything is selected. I don't need everything to be selected, so I click on my selection cursor. Now I'm going to go to layer 3, which is the layer I want to work on with my logo. Click edit and then paste. There are times when you'll have to go to your logo layer and click edit copy twice, because of the fact that sometimes a white background will show up. Don't be alarmed, just click it more than once. Now I'm gonna move with by dragging my right mouse button and choose where I like to go. By holding shift and clicking my holding my right mouse button, I'm gonna go in the corner and I'm gonna move in and out to determine the actual size. And personally, I think this will look better on one chest. It's, make it look much different than the normal inside the middle center. I think I want half of it on the boob. And then with this shirt, you can definitely see the print to know where everything is. I want that right below this line. Just personal preference. Let me bring it up just a little bit. And now down here, I can zoom in as much as possible. I'm going to move this over. And you can see my image is not completely clear. But what I can do is deselect, effects, photo, and glow. This adds something really unique to the image, and you can play around with this until you get the image the way that you like. Just a little shadow. This created shadow, and I just want a little. I'm gonna press OK, and I'm gonna zoom back out. So basically, this is my shirt, but in my opinion, that looks very simple and very plain. So in the next video, I will show you how to maneuver a few things just to change it up a bit. But what I will do is change the color of this shirt. So I'm going to go down to my background, and I'm going to add another layer, which creates a layer above the one that's clicked. So if I was on my original shirt, which is the green layer, and I clicked add a layer, it would go above the original shirt. Each layer, I'm going to just delete this. Each layer builds up determined upon the sequence you have it in. So if I was to change and slide the original shirt underneath background, then I would have to not show the background just so you can see the original shirt. So, and if I was to take the original shirt above the logo, you can no longer see the logo. So it's just preference, whichever way you like. So we're working underneath the logo. So this is the logo, and I'm just gonna type in logo for you guys. So this is the logo, just to make sure. This is the original shirt. My fourth layer will be the color. So shirt, color. And I would like my color to go above my shirt. So what I'm going to do is switch, click on my original shirts. I'm going to click on my magic wand, which I use quite often. And I clicked on the shirt. Only half is highlighted. I want the entire thing to be highlighted as much as possible. So what I'm going to do is now go to my shirt color, which still has the shirt outline highlighted. And I'm going to choose a color. Let's see, that's red, but I don't think yellow might be quite nice. Not too yellow. And I can paint the entire thing like that. I can take my paintbrush, adjust my brush width, which makes the brush bigger, and I can hand paint my shirt. I don't know if you know, but I tried to make that straight and it just did not come out straight from hand painting. I can also go quite quick and use my adjustments, hue, saturation, and I can play around with colors this way. So I'm going to keep that at yellow, and I'm going to just paint bucket over the entire thing. So now my shirt is yellow, and I can see that there's a difference. Okay, so now my shirt is yellow, and we have our shirt. We're done. We have a logo and we have our shirt. And just for added boost, let's say we want to add a word. So I would think that the chest area would be right here, but we can't automatically tell. So what we're going to do is make sure that our shirt color is selected. We're going to go down here to properties. I'm going to use this arrow to make this almost opaque, or pretty much clear. Not all the way, just a little where I can see the green. I'm going to click OK. With this original shirt, I'm going to click the original shirt. I'm going to do the exact same thing. So now I can see the bra. This is where your template really comes in handy. So I'm going to go above the shirt color, create a new layer, and I'm going to name it Word. Now I'm going to make sure that my text is selected, and I'm going to click. Now I'm going to write a word. Doesn't matter what word. I'm just going to say beauty. Right now beauty is in the yellow color. I don't want it in the yellow color. I'm going to put it in this red to match the flower. So now I need to, so you guys can see, because I'm not sure. I might not be able, okay, you can see. So now I want to change. I want to change the font. I think cursive, something fancy. I'm going to make this bigger. Bolder. Slanted. Nah, I don't like the slanted. I love the cross through, don't know why. I'm not sure about this font. There are a lot of other fonts. Well, this is basically just playing around. Show you something a little different. I actually like the plain. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out a bit, and I think that's a little too big with the front now. So now beauty directly in the middle. And then you would click anywhere else outside of that word, like you're creating a brand new word. And I'm gonna then click my selection. And I'm gonna go back to my original shirt first, the properties, and I'm gonna take that opacity back up. Go back to the color of the shirt, properties, take that back up. And then you have beauty. I think that's really cool. And if you want, which will change the color of the shirt, you can play around with different, things. Just random. So this is complete. So now I'm going to make my background unvisible. Well, invisible, whichever you want to call it. And I'm gonna go get my magic wand, select original shirt. I'm gonna select by clicking shift and then the color I want, which takes, excuse me, it selects everything that color, which is green. I'm gonna go to shirt color, my color picker, choose that yellow again, my paint bucket, and then just click on those, deselect, make sure the only thing visible is the shirt along with its design. I'm gonna go back up into file, save as, direct draw DDS, I'm going to do YITU, just over right that. And if you watched the first video, you saw what I want my channels and settings to be, which never changes, it stays the same. And you also see the preview of your item as well. I'm going to click OK, flatten. I'm going to go over to Salesforce Studio, and I'm going to make sure I'm on my swatching texture, go down to texture, import, and I'm going to look for my image I just created. And there you go. This shows you where everything was placed, how the shirt looks. Now, this clearly shows that there are adjustments that's needed to be made. This needs to be moved over, and this needs to come in. So what I'm going to do is go back to my paint.net, and I'm going to go undo, which takes you back into create mode. Go back into my logo, make sure it's my logo, and I saw that my logo needs to be brought over. So I'm going to highlight this with my square, then go to my selector, move over, and then I'm going to go down to my word, get my square, highlight, selector, and move this in. So I'm moving it closer. Now I'm going to go up to deselect. Nothing is selected. If you need to, you can still bring up your background. I don't want to. I'm going to go to File, Save As, drop down, DDS. I'm going to overwrite. Okay, flatten. Go back to S4S. Open. And it's better. Now, what I'm going to do is change my swatch color, yellow. I like to get as close to yellow as possible. That's the same color. It's not, but oh well. Now, if I wanted to and I had, what I could do is go back to the internet, right click on that picture, save picture as, put it on my desktop, save. I'm going to take that down, go back to my Salesforce Studio, import, click on the image, and the image will be my catalog thumbnail. So this will be the image that you'll see in game in case when you're looking for your outfit. This will show you that this is your outfit. Another tip in case you missed the last video, go to categories. You can choose who you want to wear your item. I don't want elders wearing this shirt. I'm going to unclick it. The color of the shirt is red, black, yellow. Deselect the green from the original shirt. Elders are still not selected. Humans are selected. We want aliens to be able to wear the shirt. Go right ahead. This shirt I'm going to use not for sleep, not for situations. I don't really know what situations are, but I don't usually use it. Not for swimwear. Not for athletic, actually. I just want it for every day. I want this shirt to be more of a summer feel when it comes to color palette, so deselect everything else. The shirt is cotton. I don't usually mess with the arch type. The shirt is a tank top, so that's correctly selected. I don't like allow for random, so I deselect. I save. And you have just added your shirt with a logo. I like to save just in case. Now what you would do, go to desktop. So this is my desktop. I look for what I saved my top as, which was OUOLU, excuse me. I'm going to rename. I'm going to rename it as Yellow Beauty. In case you don't know how to place items in game, make sure that it's a package. I'm going to bring up documents, electronic arts, CM4, mods. I have my own selection of my creations within my mods. I would go and I would place an item, drag into the mods folder, and there you go. You should be able to go onto your case, go on into the game, and find your shirt. I hope this helped you guys, and stay tuned for the next part where I will show you how to go into even more detail with creating clothing content.